Yes.
So, what is the most powerful Sanskrit words, shabdas, and why different shabda have different power, and how to make powerful shabda or powerful mantras, because in Sanskrit there is a million of mantras, and people don't understand why it's so many mantras. Why not to stay with only bija mantra? Why we need to create long mantras? Uh, what is the secret of mantras?
See, if we have to change the whole psychodrama of the mind, whole environment of the mind, we need long narration, long mantra, big ones. Like suppose you are singing Shiva, no? And there could be a big long stanza, many slokas together. Namami Shanusham Nirvana Rupam. So you are creating through the words, when you are creating a form, movement, drama, story, then it's a long mantra. It's a big one. So when you are doing this, you are changing the environment of your own mind, bringing pictures, bringing the form of Shiva and decoration, its quality, its characters, then it's a big mantra. But the impact is limited to the environment of the mind only. Suppose you are doing Durga Saptashati, it's 9 days worship of Durga. It's a big book you have to chant and study. That also a complete drama, characterization, feeling, imagination, your mental faculty, visualization. All mental faculties are involved in a particular, creating a particular environment. So this is involving the mind in a kind of psychodrama, changing the content of the mind. So creating too much content and designing, making mind apparatus involved in this. It's a big story and impact is less. It's appeared to be you are doing a lot, but its impact is less. If you stop doing this psychodrama, you will start to feel, oh, I'm losing my power. So here power is very physical. It's appearing to your and influencing your psychosomatic system, influencing your adrenal, influencing your endocrine system. So impact appears on your metabolism and face structure, ambience, it's appearing there. When you are doing yagya, homa, it's long rituals. So its impact you can feel immediately over your body and hormonal system, nervous system, psychosomatic system. So for psychosomatic issues, if you want to deal with, you should go through long process. But the more you make the process long, it's limited. Time being becomes less. If you want to make powerful, you have to do every day, or once in a week, or once in a month. So repetition is its power because it's very fragile, psychosomatic issue, very fragile, and it can be disturbed easily by putting another content in your mind. So if content changing, the environment changes. So changing the content, you need to have a big mantras. eulogy, no? We call it eulogy. Like we adore the God, its powers, its characters, its functions, and we keep on imagining it. It's more like watching TV, psychodrama, no? Drama kind of movie. If we come less than only name mantra, right? It's a mantra of the name. So this name is more like you love someone. Then through this name, you connect with the person and you like to pronounce this name more and more lovingly. So in one word, you keep on pouring your love. Same name, you can call your wife, husband, or children. Same name, but different tone. Tone is different. So here, once we pronounce name mantra, we keep attention to our tone, the center from where I am pronouncing it, with how much love I am pouring into it, how much consciousness I am pouring into the name. So it's less but more powerful, more deeper. Emotions of love, compassion, consciousness, qualities of consciousness you are bringing into it. So it's stronger, more impactful, and more durable. This impact will be more time. More time it will be over the body and mind. If we go a little bit more deeper, then we have Bija mantra, seed. But seed mantras are powerful provided you give the seed mantra, you need consciousness only, no psychodrama. No? But your only consciousness, only through consciousness, if you can bring it or just memorize it, remember it, or if you have this mantra initiation experience, then you just remember that memory and pronounce the mantra, and it starts to give you the impact. But seed mantras are more unpredictable because you put it in the soil, what kind of branch, how it will come, whether you will keep on giving water, nourishing it, more the time will grow, it will keep on growing by itself. It could be a wild growth. How it will come in your system, like what kind of soil you have in your consciousness, that way it will flourish. But they are more powerful, means in a way, power here means the impact, durable impact over measuring over the time. So if you are going to a havan or puja or long rituals, it's very nice, but after some time, impact will be going. You need to repeat it again if you want. So people who are doing long rituals, they are performing every day. Every day. So its impact going 24 hours, then they repeat again, then 24 hours. If they leave it, it will start to diminish. The impact will start to diminish. The willpower will start to die. The power behind the rituals and mantra will be less. While in seed mantra, once you are initiated, the work is very less, but impact grows. As the time will grow, it will become deeper and deeper and deeper. And there is a symbolic mantras like which we represent like Shakti Bij, Shiva Bij, Shiva Bij A, Shakti Bij Ha, and like Om is also a symbolic in a way that we are symbolizing to connect with inner God through this sound. Om. And Shakti Prakriya, if you go, the mantra will change Rim. Rim. So It's not Om, but instead of Om, we are producing ring sound more and more. So this sound has its own vibration, which is creating a pattern over the plate of consciousness. If you see like a consciousness as the mind, so on this plate, producing the sound, creating a diagram, a groove, a pattern, a groove. So your energy going into that groove and making it deeper and deeper. So you are experiencing symbolic reality of the God. And you are using it a symbol for that. So then it's a symbolic mantra, like Shiva, and symbol is Shiva Lingam. Is the symbol of Shiva, and you are doing rituals, performing, doing puja. Through that, you are finding a connection inside your formless Shiva, through that form. So they are connecting from form to formless. And here, each mantra will create a character because it's a groove. It's a pattern, like hand is there and grooves there in the hand. Design patterns there. So these patterns, slowly, you find a symmetric pattern. So each mantra, what kind of pattern it will create symbolically related to which elements? Out of these 5 elements, which element it will interact and create, what kind of pattern it will create. Then we start to create yantras, diagrams, which is like a square representing the earth element, triangle representing the fire element. So here comes the Vastu Shastra, like this, designing and symbolically giving and putting the mantra in the middle, seed mantra. So this seed will impact our 5 elements and its proportion. What way? That we are representing in yantras, in the diagram. And the worship begins, like yantras and mantras. Together, a ritual pattern becomes tantra. So yantras, mantra, and tantra. So tantra is combining both together, yantras and mantras, and a ritualistic pattern, how to worship it, what rituals, how to pronounce its technique about it. They are more powerful because it is going directly to the right brain, and symbols are more durable. You can carry it life after life even. The architectures, the symbols we carry in our collective mind. So this is deeper than individual mind. It starts to go into the collective consciousness or collective unconscious. Like a Shri Yantra. So if Shri Yantra is used in India, you will use, I will use same Shri Yantra, then our mind will start to connect because we are generating the similar patterns. So in a collective consciousness, like collective mind, like we have individual mind, and I have a memory of one incident, but this one incident memory will start to connect with the similar patterns, similar kind of events. It will start to connect by itself and creating an individual mind. My individual mind. Same as we have collective mind. So this collective mind is connected through the yantras, symbols, mantras, sound patterns. So if you also worship Shri Yantra, you also worship same Bija mantra. I am also doing this. So unconsciously, in a collective plate of unconscious, we will start to collect. So collective unconscious will start to combine us together. And we can be far away from this planet. Slowly, our meeting is going to be concrete. One day, we are bound to meet because it's a similar patterns. So this is collective way of seeing this, collective mind. For this small bija and a symbol. both going together. Like suppose Hinduism is a collective mind. Its symbols are what? Tulsi, people, Shivalingam, Shri Yantras, triangle, a square, architecture of the temple, shape, form, the cantor. It's all creating a collective mind. So this collective mind, people, even they dream. In their dream, there is a similarity. But if somebody else will dream with like Muslim dreaming or Christian dreaming, they have a different even dream content. Their yantras will change. If Christian will be dreaming, he will be seeing cross. So if this person who is a Christian repeating Ave Maria or Jesus or whatever, and it is a cross, if he is dreaming and in the dream he sees a ghost, and if he is religious, he will find a cross also at the same time. And showing this cross, he will be out of the fear. Even in the dream, it's collective unconscious. On the contrary, if Hindu will be dreaming, he will find Shiva Trishul to fight, or some other weapons of the god, which is Indian is very rich, no? Many gods, and so they can find anything in the dream. So this collective unconscious is symbol and bija mantra, our name, small mantra. So they have their own dream world. Even after death, this person will go into different dream world. Christians will go in a different dream world. Hindu will go in a different dream world because this is the mind content which you will be enjoying or not enjoying. If it is enjoying, it's heaven, not enjoying hell. So the description of heaven and hell is different because it's serving to different collective mind. It's pure dream content created by mind existing in a different dimension. So it's subject to your collective upbringings. So if a Hindu will die or dream, if he's seeing the architecture, it will see the temples, the same architecture. A person lived in America, dying or dreaming, his content will be the same building structure in which he is being born. The roads will be the same, like content is being transferred. So this is collective, but more powerful. More powerful. If you start to produce Om, suddenly you become aware, oh my God, so many Om. You did not notice before, but now you will start to notice. So each time, even the collective unconscious supporting you to remind you.
And in the dreams, the people usually speak. Sometimes they speak with themselves. They speak with other spirits in the dream, in other situation. Is it also a shabda, this kind of language in the dream? Because in the dream, you speak language which is understandable for everybody in your dream. So this is also a shabda, or it's like mental. There is no sounds.
A concrete example of a dream. Give me a concrete example of a dream.
Okay. The person in a dream meet a guru in a dream and ask some question about the future and get some information from this guru or teacher or spirit, and he understand this answer. So this communication, it's not a shabda, it's mental language or what?
Without any speaking words and understanding, you mean like this? Non-verbal communication or
But
verbal?
in the dream, it's verbal. I mean, a person asking some question, not so the question is arise not by words, but okay, but by not speaking words, but by by words. What is my future? And answer is also in some words.
Look, in dream, we can have a dream content. Mind is amazing magician. So, first of all, it's dreaming in symbol or it's dreaming in reality. If it is dreaming in symbol, then its masses will be symbolic, not concrete. If it is dreaming in concrete, then everything is concrete. Then you meet the guru, actual guru. The guru gives you mantra, which is actual mantra. You can write it down. You have the experience, the complete experience of the mantra, of this initiation. You can write this mantra on your paper and it's meaningful in that way. So it could be this way dreaming. We can also do symbolic dreaming. In symbolic dreaming, we can see snake or tiger, whatsoever the situation. But in the whole dream, there is a learning, there is a message. But this message is like you watching the big movie and message is one line. So the whole content is transferring you a symbolic meaning, a message, which is meaningful even in your daily life. This way also we can dream about it. And if you are you will too much torture your mind with a question in the daytime, and it becomes your issue of life and death. Like if you don't know the answer, you may die. Then also mind gives answers in a different form. I can narrate my dream experiences, like so many kinds of dreaming. So like when I was a child, my mind was not matured and I was not very high, but that much high that I can reach the bed, like not more than 3 feet. The bed height is 3 feet, so I must not be less than. My height must be less than 3 feet because I had to work hard to climb the bed. So I remember I was listening discussions of my family, their educated family. So they all the time gather together, my mother, sister, mother, father, and all big people. And they're discussing about past life, soul, the transmigration, and a hot discussion. As I was sitting, listening. Finally, my brain became very heavy because I did not understand the whole context. But this much I understand that people dying and reborn again. And so this concept was too much for my brain, but it becomes a question. So from one room, I shifted to another room. It was a daytime, around 3 o'clock, like after lunch, before chai. They were having fun and discussing snacks and chai. So around 3 to 4 o'clock. So I shifted to another room. Somehow my brain was heavy. I could see too much for my mind to think this content. So I climbed over the bed and sleep. No, too much heaviness. So I slept with this question. When I slept, I saw a dream. I'm going down in my cellar somewhere, like underground, below the house. So somehow it's a dark house. So I started to go down, stepping down in this. The idea was this feeling, understanding was I am somewhere below the ground, the same house, but below the ground. There I saw like many symbols, only symbols, small symbols, triangle, this, that, and like a house decorated with many symbols. And my question was, which they were discussing, that so much information and nothing is lost. So one life has so much information and nothing is lost. Brain is keeping it as a memory and you can access it anytime. So then how it's possible? No, mind become heavy. And then in the dream, answer comes. So I saw in the dream different symbols and nobody telling me anything, but understanding arising that each symbol is one life. Each symbol is small symbol. A picture of a symbol is one life. So before I got to understand in that age that if somebody is dying, this was my understanding, which arise after the dream. That if somebody dying, so before the death, all the informations of the life which mind has accumulated, incidents since born till death, will combine, condense, and convert into a symbol, a small symbol. So once you make this symbol vibrate, the memory will start to come. So that become my understanding in 3 or 4 years of age at the time I was. So in this little mind, the question was answered by the unconscious mind in a child way, so the child can understand the answer. And this remained for me answer. And I believed in this because I could not forget the dream even now. Everything is clear. So how to say it's a dream? It was so real than the real. But symbolic dreaming. Nobody else telling me anything. Me and my dream and understand. Symbolic, but it gives me understanding. This is one kind of dream. Another kind of full shocking dreams, like which has no logic, no doubt, like buffalo playing guitar, no doubt. It's only after the dream I could doubt how it's possible. But in the dream, no doubt. In the dream itself, there is no doubt. So that gives me understanding, wow, I am sleeping because I am not doubting. So that's the foundation of Buddhism. Consider all phenomena as unreal. That is the foundation of Vedanta. Doubt, it is Maya, to wake up. If you follow it, it means you start to wake up. You start to dream, you start to doubt your dream. The doubting the dream means you will wake up. You cannot continue dreaming. So Vedanta, Buddhism, they are on the same line, same concept. One is Nirvana, one is Maya and Brahma, but almost they both are the same, just outside appearance, different. So power of the dream is consciousness and understanding in your intelligence. Another kind of dream in Pashyanti mode, where you see the dream, you see the mantra in light. So their guru is there, appearing in the form, giving you initiation, you are having experience, mantra is there, you can come out of this and you can write the mantra on paper to memorize it. So different kinds of dream, different layers of existence. Subtler it is, powerful it is. Less it is, more powerful it is. And then comes the mantra with presence only. No words, not at all a single word, but only presence of the witness. Then this presence has immense power. It doesn't have to speak. It just have to be. And whatever this person speaks is mantra. Within one word or the whole book, it will be powerful. This is one way of seeing it, power of power of mantras. Another way we can see it, the power of mantra. Yes, in your chakra system, in Kundalini. So we believe that higher, like Lam is the lower and your base of the spine. But it's not that it's not powerful. It's not that it doesn't have a siddhi. So all kind of clairvoyance, telepathy, seeing something in distance, listening the conversation happening somewhere else in the planet. All this is coming from the one word Lam. All these
And
powers.
why this word? Not why
No
any other word?
idea, but I can find a logic of watching a child grow to speak.
Mm.
When the child starts to use its tongue, he produces first sound la.
La.
La. And when child starts to produce with lips, he produces first sound ma.
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 So this is and we believe that the first center is the sex center, root, which is giving root into the earth, and person is being established as a part of the earth to create more seeds, to make the earth green. So this support system and this energy is produced through the word la and ma, or only la or ha. This sound. So they are primal sound, and we believe that this sound are associated with our basic primal energy to reproduce and to be rooted, to be the part of the nature, to have the power of it. So if you want this kind of power, then you concentrate on the tailbone and produce the mantra Lam. It has its own power. If you keep on moving up and up, then you say more and more power.
Mm.
So different kinds of power are associated with different Bija mantra or mantras, and the concentration point in your vertebra is changing. Different beats. So you can say higher power if you are going up. You can say lower power when you are going down. So even Lam, it appears to be a lot of power, clairvoyance and telepathy and the wisdom. So we think wisdom in the head. No, but actual wisdom is in the tailbone. We think that knowledge is in the head. Knowledge is in the tailbone. The intuitive knowledge is in the tailbone. So different kinds of powers, different centers, different mantras, that gives power to mantra, and different experience and siddhis. This is another way of seeing how the power comes into the mantras.
Mhm. The
And
knowledge in the tailbone is very an animal or very unconscious. Yes.
no communication power. Our main urge to communicate with others is depending for food or sex.
Mhm.
Why at all somebody would like to communicate with anyone? If you are fully satisfied with your sex, and if you are fully satisfied with your food, you will have less desire to communicate with someone.
Mhm.
It is the primal thread which is connecting us and binding us to communicate, even if you don't want it, but you have to communicate with someone. for this too. So this power of earth to communicate is in the tailbone, not here. It's not here. It appears to be here, but not here. So it's a mystery. Body is a mysterious phenomenon. I'm just giving you an example. If you read the Patanjali Sutras, Vibhuti Path, many texts there, you will understand the logic and what connecting to what powers and cities.
And the lam also can be pronounced lam, it's up, and la, it can be down.
La will be different. La means you are not taking the energy upward. Its reproduction is increasing. It's not sublimating. That's what I say, no? That if Muslims will change the mantra Allah and they just put hum, Allah hum, their population will terminate, starts to terminate. And they will produce very less.
But because of this mantra, they reproduce a lot, yes?
Yeah, because not closing the mouth, no? Close it. Expansion, they are not closing. If you close ha sound, your mouth is open. Expansion, the Shakti. It will multiply. You need to close it. Allah hum. So hum. And for this Indian mysticism, hum is the first. Here, they should be. And they are more concerned in liberation. They are not concerned in reproduction, increasing population. If they increase, then limited, purposeful. For what purpose you are going to produce the child? Unnecessary, don't do it. So, Vedic culture, and if they want to dissolve, then Shiva Shakti both together. The very existence of Shiva and existence of Shakti merging together to experience non-dualism. So mantra becomes only simple mantra And in this non-dualism, out of merging to Shiva and Shakti, we are creating an individualism. Something is being produced, offspring. Then becomes aham, I, ego, existence of something, Shiva and Shakti meeting, and one individual is being formed with the mantra, producing the mantra, aham. And remembering the union of Shiva Shakti, not aham. So moving towards the same source, then also this mantra aham. So these mantras are very powerful, and nourished properly, they become the tree in due period of time.
And the mantra of aha, it's also double down. Aha.
And now you can make 16 variation of ha.
Yeah.
Shiva and Shakti will dance together. Then Shakti will have again 16 forms. Any word, any bees any seed you will give to Shakti, it will manifest into 16 forms, combining with Shiva.
And how it connect with Kali? I mean, with time.
Kali is a different dimension. You will have to study it separately, or one lecture is needed. Cool.
Yes. But some mantras is in shabda, some mantras is some mantra is a. So it's a okay minimum
Difference.
minimum two uh, continuation of the sound so it's
Now the technique changing. There are many ways to produce mantra.
mm,
So many ways you can produce it. One of the very easy and also you can use it for classical music, voice training, is to stretch a word
mhm,
as long as you can stretch. Like Muslims, early morning, they stretching it. Allah Akbar, no, stretching it. Same you take Om. So longer you stretch, this is one style.
mhm,
Longer you stretch, and you have a time to see the curves when
mhm,
A is changing into U. So more slower you are, you can see the details and consciousness is there to observe.
mm,
Easy to observe. The three curves are turning to U turning to Ma. So you have a time. One mudra for each mantra. When you produce, you have a mudra. Means
mhm,
a certain mudra means you can stay at one point. So here is the mudra. So one mudra will be changing to another mudra.
mhm.
And that's where in this curve is enlightenment. Mind is completely there observing the curve and very difficult when I produce Om. For you will be impossible to notice when A become U
Mhm,
and sound change. When U become Ma, sound change. So this merging is so gradual, so slow gradual that almost impossible to find, but it changes. It's same like observing the breath when in breath becoming the out breath, the
yes.
curve. So your whole consciousness awareness is when, and you miss it. You miss it. The same we use in the sound. When, the curve. When. And this is used to train your awareness, your mind, and impact of is the culture. So
Mm,
Muslim culture bringing kawali. You see high tone. Their
mm,
production is overtone, producing overtone very high, one scale higher than the normal. Like if I am C3 now, speaking about it, but singing C4, one octave higher, fully one octave higher singing. So they have their own way of singing kawali. They sing 1%, 10% repeating a word, a sentence, and one person taking it very high long. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, famous singer. So applying the same this Vigyan Bharat Tantra technique.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
applying it and this becoming their sadhana. So for them, singing and meditating, singing and sadhana are not two things. It's
Mhm,
one. Their worship, their sadhana, and their meditation and their art is becoming one. More they practice, they are closer to consciousness. So they are enjoying it. And in their singing, their voice, the power of consciousness there. So they are becoming famous, it's impactful. And for classical music, for sure, you need more training. This is an art. But this technique is this. Sufi singers, A.R. Rahman, you see his song, Vande Mataram. No? So taking it and mind stops. The moment I will take overtone, you cannot think. Neither I can think nor you can think. It stops the mind. So these are the Gyan Bharat Tantra techniques, 14 techniques applicable with which we have already discussed, I think. This is the sound. So technology is a different phenomena, and you take any word and apply the same technique. So you can go for 50 letters, and each letter you can do bhut suddhi, like purify it. So your vocal cord is to the maximum training. So this way, power of mantras, like so many ways I can say this. So many ways we bring power to the sound, power to the mantra.
And when the people are writing mantras, it's almost impossible to understand what exactly they mean by how they pronounce these written mantras, because so many people do it differently and can pronounce differently. So
each person gets its own result. If you are accurate, you are accurate. And if you sing differently, if you pronounce differently, you will get different result. But what gives you result is not more so much structure, yes, important, but structure is controlled by your emotion. Like mantra, which is initiated, is pure love. Like maximum experience of love, if you can have in your life, then it's the guru when he is giving the mantra. Like mother loves you, father loves you, girlfriend loves you. It's a different story. But when you sense this love, it's far beyond, because nothing, no transaction. No transaction. You are only receiving. There is no way you can give back anything. No way you can return it back. It's one way coming directly. So in other any of the emotions, you can revert back. You can give back the emotion and complete it. Here, no. So this love is very different. Very different love. Is full of love, and not at all you can compare it with your love transactions with parents or children or friends or anyone else in this. So this is a completely different power. You experience, wow, this is such energy and so much power, because no attachment. There is no attachment. So this becomes very powerful and full with love.
No fruit of action.
Yeah, no attachment and filled with love and compassion. Enormous love. So when you are producing this mantra, you will be just remembering it, you become filled with love. Just remembering it. But different kind of love, which we know. Power of mantra, so many ways.
Even Om, if you see how it in writing, and there are so many different ways of producing it. So it's the writing language and shabda, the speaking language, is different.
Writing language has no forms. You can make any form of Om. They try to bring that emotions, like if someone is producing Om in a long form, they try to make long tail and represent somebody shop Om. No, so writing. So writing, you can connect it with the way of spelling, but writing is freedom. You can give it any form.
But
You
also,
can.
writing is the symbols.
It's
all
symbol. That's
the
why I say it's painting. Shiva painting. So many paintings in this India, each one different. Because age different, conditions different, representation different, symbol different. You are free to make a symbolization of any emotion, any experience, any form. It doesn't mean that Shiva has that form. Same eyes and same eyebrow and same mustache. Sometimes he's clean shaved, sometimes he has a mustache. But whatever you will worship, make it before you in the mind will appear the same. You will be connecting to the same form in your own mind to concentrate, to be, the clean the environment, and go further in your sadhana. So that's why Lord Krishna is saying, no, in Gita, that in whatever form you worship, I will appear in the same form to you. Whatever form I have doesn't matter. But the devotee, whatever form devotee chooses, God has to come into that form.
Yes, and I remember your idea that it's not God creating us, it's
We
we
create.
create God. Yeah.
It's not my idea, even it's the Osho idea.
Mhm.
So, like he gave this idea first to me.
Mhm.
In a way, when he was criticizing this form, worship and rituals in that way. But yes, it's also true. We create and God gives us freedom. Whatever form you create, I will come into the same form. So if you worship as an angry Kali, the God has to become angry Kali for you. If you worship Badr Kali or another kind of Kali, God has to come to that form. If you worship it as a mother, God has to become a mother because all form is his form. So he has no prejudice that I will not adopt this form, this is inferior, this is superior. It's Tulsidas, Ramcharit Manas, he wrote, he wants his God in only the form of Rama. So if Krishna is coming, he said, no, you are not my God. I don't want to see you. I want to see Rama with his bow and arrow. So it's devotee. Then God has to appear before him in that form. Otherwise, not acceptable. So it's a psychodrama between devotee and the deity.
Yes, yes, and I met one guru. He was in Tibet, in Nepal, and find the tantric shamans which playing with thousands of gods. I mean, shamans, but it's all this play. It's in their brain. I mean,
It's
they
not, you are
create
not,
so.
yeah, not beyond mind. You are in the mind, not beyond it, but still it's a high experience of spirituality. Power is there. In their mantra, power is there. But power is
Yeah.
coming to the limit of mind. The power is not beyond mind. They cannot liberate you. They cannot initiate you in a mantra of liberation. They cannot make you realize your causal body, which is taking birth upon another birth. You cannot realize it. There is a limitation, but a lot of power there. You can play and create miracles, influence people, make them experience the power of shamanism.
Mhm.
Limited
And
power,
but yeah, the biggest power is, yes, as we discussed it yesterday, in non-doing mode.
non-doing mode. There's the power of witness. Ultimate witness is nothing, all knowledge. No, so any idea, any knowledge is there. So that's the most powerful non-doing mode. You don't speak. You don't speak, but very powerful. These acts are directly happening. It's spontaneous movement. It is
Mhm.
spontaneity. You think, and produced. You think and it's happened. And at the same moment, you got an idea that Pavel should be enlightened, and Pavel become. At the same instant time, it happened. So that's different. This is power of consciousness. Just by your desire, a wish, an idea, and there's no idea. It's idea and reality is one, and they're not two. Not like you imagine and then no, there is no imagination. It's reality. It's one. We represent this through Vishnu. The form of Vishnu we represent with this power. That Vishnu is sleeping in the ocean with the snake which has 7 hoods on top. He's relaxing, and Lakshmi is massaging his feet, and he closed eyes, relaxing in his full form. And what he's doing? Nothing. He's dreaming. And whatever he's dreaming, that's true for us. We are living in his dream. So he's dreaming that Pavel and me are talking, and he's dreaming they are sleeping, and we actually doing it, performing it. So we are in the dream of Vishnu.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Namaste. Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next week.